Live from the Pines, your favorite East Texas sports podcast, coming at you live. So this morning, we welcome head coach, athletic coordinator, Mesquite High School, Ralph Thomas. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm good, big dog. Happy to be back. Obviously, I watch everything y'all do because I fool with y'all, and I love to see y'all steady going up, elevating. That's what it's all about. I'm one of those that's in y'all's corner, and I see the positives of what y'all do. And y'all report what needs to be reported and say what needs to be said. It's not for everybody, but that's just the nature of this business. But man, like I said, I respect what you do. And like you always have an advocate in me.
Well, Coach RT, we really appreciate that. And Live from the Pines is nothing but more than happy for you. You know, growing in your coaching career, Mesquite High School got a great one. Mesquite ISD got a great one. They got a dog. And I know you're ready to hit the ground and go to work and get those guys ready for next football season. Before we get started, what's the history of, Mesquite football look like? I know Lufkin used to play them back in the day. That was a, big game for, a few years. I don't know much about, Mesquite, but I'd love to hear from you.
Man, obviously their last state championship, ironically, was Lufkin's last state championship in 2001. It's kind of been up and down since then. I won't speak on, way back when, but like past that point. But back then they were amazing because we used to see them yearly in the playoffs, and they always gave us a battle. And from that point, it's kind of been up and down, like I said. And let's just take the last 2 years. We've been 4-16 in the last 2 years. So it's been a struggle, but now let's give them some grace in that too, because they play in the best district, one of the best districts in the state. So you got to be on your A game every week once district starts. When you're playing the Duncanvilles and DeSoto's and Lancasters and Waxahachie's and the Cedar Hills, the Mesquite Horns, the Dallas Skylines. So there's no district game you can look at and say we can rest our guys this week or we'll be out by halftime. We don't have that luxury. I think those guys have done a good job with the circumstances. No complaining, nothing like that. It's just go to work and obviously who you're playing against and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, RT, one thing I will say and tell you, I did look at y'all's schedule, and one thing nobody in the state of Texas can say about Coach RT is you're gonna be ducking any smoke because you got smoke coming left and right each week.
Why get in this business if you don't want to play the best? Like me, a lot of people run from that. I live with the results and run to it, and I am who I am. I've always been, the undersized guy, the guy that, I've been really athletic. Don't get it twisted, but you don't see a lot of guys once people see me in person, they're like, that's who that is. Yeah, but I've always had that competitive, juices flowing in me, and I've always never looked at like, okay, you're 5'8", you're short. I ain't small, I ain't little, I'm short. But that's never like been an issue for me. Like I've never ducked anybody. I've always wanted to go with those bigger tier guys, and look at the track record. Everybody that I played against as a player, they knew who I was when they walked off that field.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
That's no doubt about that. You talk to a lot of people, they know who you are, they know your game, they know what you accomplished. So, one thing about it, you're for sure a proven athlete on the field and, a proven coach with the headset on. As far as Mesquite, looking back at all the places you had the journey of pleasure coaching at, what stood out so much about Mesquite and made you want to call that home for now?
Honestly, the athletic department, the principal, going through the process, they made it to where, those guys, they wanted me. It was one of them deals where they didn't look at, well, you're young, your experience level, nothing. They looked at me as the coach and what I've done at Jack Yates High School as a head coach. They understood and listened to all the things we overcame, all the things that we had to do to get that place fixed. And honestly, they know a lot of people wouldn't go sign up for that job and be able to turn it around in such short order like we did at Yates. So I always tell them, man, I appreciate that. They stuck their neck out for me, and they looked past all the political stuff or all of the negative factors that you can put in there, and they looked at all the positives. And when you look at it, all the positives outweigh the negatives, and it makes it a decision that, you know, it makes it easy when you look at that.
Yeah. And that's one thing, stepping away from Jack Yates, I know that was one of the hardest things you probably had to do. You had built a bond with those kids, administration, and the community right there in Third Ward of Houston. And, those kids looked up to you. They came in every day, like you said, and, you could tell from, different social media posts and the way the kids bought into your program. Like, those kids love to play for you. They wanted to play for you. That's a difference when you can get, we talk about this all the time on the podcast with different coaches and stuff, but when you get kids to buy into what you're preaching and they believe, it's a whole different ballgame in your athletic program.
Most
and
definitely.
The kids at Yates, obviously, they hate to see you go, but they understand, you got to do what's best for your family right now. And, those kids at Yates were left in a positive standpoint. Like, Yates football is going nowhere but up now.
Right.
And you got a chance to get to Mesquite and get Mesquite on that same path, because you can look at the schedule. You can talk about the Duncan, the DeSotos, the Lancasters, all those schools. You can say all that, but it doesn't, it doesn't matter. You like Robert Murphy came on the show 2 nights ago, and like he said they put their pants on the same week we put our pants on. And that really stood out to me, because it's like, it's nothing but the truth. You line up, you get 4 quarters, you put your pants on like they put their pants on. May the best man win. Whoever prepares the hardest. Start now. I'm sure when you get in there, I'm knowing it's that program's about to change athletically.
Most definitely. Yeah, man. It's like I said, I won't get into. I've already spoke on who's in our district. I know who we play. I knew that signing up for the job. And it's no different than when I took over at Yates. Everybody said, dude, that's a tough job to turn around. Like you don't probably want to take that job because of how hard it is. But I mean, that's life. We'll do more things in life that are hard than that are easy and just laid out for us. That's not the life that I've ever lived, where I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I had everything that I, needed. I had everything I needed because my mom worked her tail off, but I watched her work 2-3 jobs at a time to get those things to get me what I wanted. But dude, my motto, is us versus us. I'm not worried about everybody else, because you've already lost. You've already lost if you're worried about what everybody else is doing. You're not fixing your side of the street, keeping your grass cut, and you're handling your business inside of your building and changing the mindset and the culture in your building. You've already lost. And that's where a lot of places mess up. They don't focus on themselves enough in a way of changing what they need to change. When you wake up in that mirror every morning and go to bed and look in the mirror, can you say that I did everything I could myself to make this program better? Did I win the battle against myself, or did I just fall into a self-serving system that hurts the team? And you see a lot of places that struggle. You have more kids than not that fall into that self-serving system, and that's something that that's the first focus when we come in, is changing that.
So as far as your current kids there, you got in your athletic program, get ready for the next season. How many seniors are you going to be bringing back?
I don't know the exact number. I do know we have it. Like I said, scary how similar this job was when I took over at Yates, because we have a lot of young kids. We have a lot of 27s and 28s that are going to have to contribute next year and earn their stripes and grow up fast. And we're going to put them out there because when you're building a program, you start from the bottom up. and you fill in the gaps with those seniors and juniors and things of that nature. But it starts in your junior highs and your freshman level programs. You have to develop those kids and start putting them in the fire and getting them ready to go, because yeah, you can look up. I mean, you can say, "Oh, it's bad now," but you can look up in 2 years and it could flip really fast if you do what you're supposed to do and put in the work as a coach, and not just push those younger kids to the side and say, "Oh, well, we got time. We ain't worried about them. We got seniors and juniors we can count on." Well, your program, the heartbeat of your program, is in those feeder pattern junior highs and your freshmen. So we'll focus a lot on that for sure.
Well, Coach RT, we know you're going to do a great job no matter where you go. Once you buy into a program and you get those kids ready to go, I'm sure that it won't take long. We see Mesquite football, playing for in the first round of the playoffs, get the chance to play playoff football. So I don't doubt that one bit. Like I said, we're gonna keep it short this morning. You got to get back to the family, but
Go ahead.
Mesquite football. It was a prominent football program, like you said. And, those kids that, they're blessed as the administration, the district, they're blessed to receive a guy like you, especially those kids, because you're going to buy into them. You're going to put a lot into them, and
for sure,
you're going to give them the best opportunity. One other thing I wanted to ask, how many schools is it in that Mesquite district?
It's 5. You have Mesquite, Mesquite Horn, West Mesquite, North Mesquite, and Mesquite Poteet.
And between those schools, how many of those schools are 5A and 6A?
You have 3 that are 5A, 2 that are 6A.
So you're the 6A school, correct?
Yes, us and Mesquite Horn are the 2 6As. West Mesquite and North Mesquite are 5A Division 1, and Mesquite Poteet is 5A Division 2.
Okay. So Lufkin, we played Mesquite West.
Yes. Yeah, you played West Mesquite.
Yeah.
They're in the same district.
Okay, yeah, that was correct.
The previous 2 years before this year.
Okay, that was correct. So I know you probably haven't got a chance to strap your boots on and hit the ground running and get in the community and everything. But what do you look forward to? Getting involved with the youth programs and all the different things in Mesquite ISD.
Oh man, that's crucial. That's big. It's kind of what I spoke on. The younger kids are your heartbeat. You have to get out in the community and obviously not be that guy to come in and just say, well, this is how I do it. This is what it's going to be, which to a degree, yeah. But you have to get out in the community and talk to the old Mesquite guys. You have to learn the tradition and the cultures and everything about Mesquite, because what's the point of thinking you're going to flip this thing around if you don't go learn what it is and how it used to be, and people that have ideas and opinions. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to do everything they say, but winning the community is just as important as winning over the kids, winning ball games. All that stuff goes hand in hand. That's how you change a program. That's how you change the athletic department. You get everybody together. And it's the reason why I say us versus us. Same thing I did at Yates. You have to get involved with those guys. Like I went to, when I first got the Yates, my first week I was out at class reunion barbecues and all type of stuff. Like I was everywhere.
Get to know everybody.
Yeah, it is what it is. Because now y'all are my people. So I mean, what I'm going to be one with you. That's just how I am. I want to be integrated into everything, the past, present, and the future.
Of Yates, yeah. And I know when you say that, you mean it. As far as your program and everything, looking at it, I talked to Robert Murphy about this same thing. What's your point, your take of how do you keep these kids positive mindset at going into these games every week when you're playing the Duncanville, the DeSoto's and all these big teams?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna get redundant because the motto takes care of itself. It is what it is. The us versus us mentality, because that's you. Like I said, that is you versus you before it is us versus us. We have to teach these kids how to be mentally stable within themselves, to where that stuff doesn't go into a game and we always have meltdowns because we can't control our emotions. Because that's what us versus is controlling the controllable. You control your effort, energy, attitude. all the things that go into that. We don't care who we're playing, because if we work out the way we're supposed to, practice the way we're supposed to, we have the attitude, we do the character development off season, all those things that go into what we're going to do, then it takes care of itself. And that's where we flip that switch to, I always say, I want guys that work in silence and let the results speak for itself. We don't have to tell people we're coming. We don't have to tell people we're going to do this, everything we're going to do. Actions over words. Put the work in, do what you're supposed to do, and the results will speak for themselves.
Well, you can't say it better than that. You look around high school football, college football, there's a lot of guys that, dig themselves in deep holes by, saying we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But there's the few that actually do those things. And I believe that's, shown at a, early stage of process. But I see you got the family there.
She's begging for a cookie. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Literally 2 minutes. Come on.
Take your time. All right, we're back. But man, we can sit here and talk all day and go on and on about different things, but I understand that you got a busy morning your way. So I ask you one more question. We get out of there. Lufkin's always. Hold on 1 second. Right now, you there? Hold on. I can't hear you. You're back.
We're good, man.
A little technically difficulty. We're good.
Hey, we fixed it. We found a solution real quick. That's what it's about.
Just join that. One more question before I let you go. Lufkin's always going to be home.
You're good. You're good. She's chilling right now, so we'll go. As long as she's good, we're good.
That's all that matters. Lufkin's always going to be home, no matter what. You put your sweat and tears in that field. You had a chance to coach in that program. What do you look for, seeing Lufkin in the future? Like, what do you look forward to, wishing them the best?
Man, I've never wished ill will on my hometown, which is, people could think what they want. I've always been a supporter for Lufkin. Like, I'm born and raised there. I'm one of the examples from Lufkin that, they want to, preach about, kids going off, being Lufkin graduates, going off to the real world, doing the right things. Making the city look good, shouting the city out every chance they get, and just taking that pride, that Panther pride that is instilled in us, and going out into the world and becoming the future leaders of tomorrow. Well, we're here, and I am a product of Lufkin, Texas. So Lufkin made me who I am to a degree with a lot of the things that were instilled in me and things that I learned there. So I'll never forget that, and I come home and see my family and see people all the time, and it's all love and it'll forever be love. But obviously we want to see, first off, Coach Quick did a heck of a job.
No doubt.
People got to understand, which is, it's kind of funny. People will talk about or say little things about Coach Quick, and then you go look at his record over 13 years or so, or 12, 13, and he was like 92 and like 52 or something like that.
I think it was like 95 and 42.
Like like, dude, that is good. That's not a terrible record. Like, that's good. That's not something that you just say, "Oh, he was terrible. That was awful." Like, no, man, the man did a hell of a job, especially in the circumstances, situations that he took over. People forget about that a lot, because that's major. So I wish him the best in retirement, like I've said before. But they flipped it around this year. But you want somebody to come in there and get in the community, learn the people, learn the kids, give them, that sense of security that you're there for in Lufkin long term, or you want to be there to grow them, not just as athletes, but as young men, young women, and the community feels that, because if you don't, it's not going to work. Okay, here you go, baby. It's not. It's going to be a struggle. I'm not going to say it's not going to work. You're going to do it how you want to do it. But like that's my big thing. Obviously, we want to see Lufkin getting back to playing, 4 or 5 rounds, state championship round, because we always have had the talent in Lufkin, and we've always had the community support. So it just needs to have someone, because it's going to be a change. Like, having someone outside that hadn't been there for 30 years or 25 years, it's going to be an adjustment. It's going to be a change. And I'll support them in any way I can. If they ever want to talk or ask my opinion, I'll give it to them. But
even put you on a schedule, maybe.
well, hey, one day, maybe. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'll leave it at
that. Well, Coach RT, man, we can't do nothing but thank you enough for helping Live from the Pines and helping us get to where we are. You did a lot for us, and getting our name out there and getting guys in touch with us. We really appreciate you. We wish Mesquite football nothing but the best, and I'll be looking for some Mesquite football gear. I'll definitely rock it, support you guys, and I'll definitely probably have to make that drive and come see you guys play some football. And those kids, one thing about it, they don't know you now. They're about to know you, and they're getting a great one. Trust me, I know how you run your program and how you go about things, and you're about to go to work.
for
and
sure.
Those kids are probably about to go through an all-season program they've never experienced. And I feel for them because.
Hey man,
I know me, and 25-year-old me, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Hey brother, they'll appreciate it in the long run. What's about to hit.
I always talk bad about Coach Cobb's all-season program, how much he used to work us and run us and all that. And then I look at pictures from high school, and I was like, damn, Coach Cobb had me looking right in high school. He ran the hell out of us, and we worked out like Navy SEALs, and we did stuff that I looked at him and I was like, wow, the hell are we doing this? But hey, those competitions and those drills he put it, he had us doing, and one-on-one competition, the program, you look back and he knew what he was doing.
Okay, I'm almost there. Hold on. Yes, go back in there. I'm gonna bring your cookie to you. Okay. Okay. Stay there. You can sit there. I don't care about sitting there. No, man, Cobb does a great job of the mental side of it, because that's what baseball is. It's a mental game. So he's putting you in situations that create that mental thinking, that mental toughness that's needed, and you got to figure it out in the moment. So I've seen his off seasons on social media. Like, he runs a heck of an off season. He does a great job of instilling competition into his guys and putting that work in. So that's one of the deals that I appreciate that he does. And it's obviously paying off. You look at the man's track record since he's been the head baseball coach at Lufkin. All they do is win. No matter if it's a down year or up year, they're winning.
Well, Coach RT, we'll let you get to the family. I know you got a busy morning ahead of you. Before we go, shout out to our guys at Zilker Belts, my man Austin Brown. Thank you for all you do for us. Use Pines 936 for all online orders to receive 25% off. And good luck to Mesquite football. Good luck to Mesquite ISD. They got a great one, like we said again. But Coach RT, we thank you, and we look forward to having you back on the show, getting ready for the 2025 football season.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Anytime.
Yes, sir.